Okay, let's try this again. Nice. Welcome to Naked News. Let me see if I can balance this to make it work. And I am Pamela Ferguson. I think I might have to come down here. I don't know. And today's Naked News is going to be special because I connected with somebody. Okay, on LinkedIn. I think I almost have it. And his story inspired me so much that I figured that I wanted to do a Naked News about him. So I'm going to bring him on camera and hopefully this works this time. Okay. I think it's going to work. And tell us a little bit about his story. I'm sweating out here. This is Florida and it's very hot in the summer. So here I am.
Let's see how this works. Is that better?
Okay. So I think
Okay.
you're going to be there. I was hoping that we could be on side by side, but I don't know. It's not working that way. But I wanted to
If I
let
rotate the
you on.
camera?
No, I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
it's
know
good.
what before. I'm not, but that's okay. You're gorgeous, even in your the little box. Anyway. But we're
Oh,
gonna focus on
thank you.
you anyway. And I wanted to introduce my audience to you. And I told them that I met you via LinkedIn, and your story really touched me and inspired me. And I thought my audience would kind of like to know what you do and how you really change people's lives. So I'm going to kind of sit back and let you tell us about your story. So welcome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you for having me, Pamela. Wow, you look amazing. It looks nice over there where you're
That's
at.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, I'm in San Jose, actually, California, and um, my mom was born here, actually, and they moved away, and so I do this nonprofit, and this thing that I do, I kind of help people along with different things like mentoring and you know money, food, clothes. Like some people go to a church and leave a donation, or some people do different things. But I feel like throughout my life, I'm gonna try to give back because there was a time in my life that I lost everything I could ever hope for. No parents. You know, my dad, he was a lot older and a lot smarter than my mom, and I feel like things went bad there. And as I progressed, I was abandoned pretty much. And out of four kids that my mom had, um, I was the only one that didn't get adopted at birth. So I kind of went on this roller coaster with my mom, and she was when she would go to jail, I would go to jail. Like I would go to foster homes or group homes whenever she would get locked up. So um, I kind of, I kind of, for a while in my life, I kind of lost track of stuff. I started hanging out with the wrong people, making bad choices. And then one day I just got a hold of myself and I said, I'm gonna have to find something better for myself, because if I can't do good for myself, how is everybody around me, gonna do better? Because if something I want to do in my life is to help people, and and that's been pretty much how I go about things. So as I went through these changes in life, I was around, like, I don't know, the outcast. I was around the disabled people and the outcast of life. So through my experience, through that experience, the people in wheelchairs and disabled people, I really care about them a lot. And when I was in school, I used to hang out with the disabled people, and my friends would say, "Why do you hang out with them? They don't look like they're cool, and I would encourage my friends to talk to them, and so I always been a person to connect people. So with the nonprofit that I do, um, people give me donations too. Sometimes it's my money and out of my pocket, and it's it's other people's money too, because I get donations from people. So when I was in these foster homes, we had people that would donate stuff to us, and that's nice, because if there's something to go to somebody that really deserves it, then why not? That's how I feel. So Yeah, that's pretty much my story. I was abandoned as a kid, and now I'm successful, and I live in the number four richest city in the world. And I guess I'm a testament that no matter what we go through on the inside or the outside, you know, as long as you feel like you want to make something, I think you can.
And
So,
so what attracted me
yeah.
to you is your heart and what I saw, and kind of tell everybody what you do, like how you give back, like what specifically, with your profession, how you are able to take it and do something that maybe other people can't do due to special skills that you have.
Um, you know, some people they don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, doing nonprofit and charity, it's not for everybody. And I'm just being honest. Because I just people don't have the time for it. Just it doesn't work out. And not everybody wants to do it. But from my experience, honestly, where I'm at right now today, and I'm doing, I have, I have, I have new clothes, I have new shoes, I have new stuff. I'm doing okay. I don't have, I'm not rich in material wealth, but I'm doing okay. And I kind of feel that happened just because, I've been able to give back. The last money I have in my pocket, like 2 days ago, I gave it to my mom to pay her bill, and the next day somebody, at my job gave me a nice check, and so I kind of feel like the harder we work as a program, if I feel like I have an addiction problem and I feel like I can't break away from something that's bad for me, then I'm gonna get on a program every morning at a certain time. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be something, and I'm gonna run the same program every day. Even if I had to eat the same, not the same food every day, but just on a consistent program on a daily basis. If I could do that every day and go to job every day and be productive every day, then I feel like that's kind of what I kind of do.
Well,
That's
I
kind
love
of what I do.
what you said about even when you didn't have a lot of stuff, you still gave. You don't have to get to a certain level and say, oh, when I get to this level, I can start giving back. This is something
Yeah.
that you should definitely teach your family and kids and your friends that you can do now. Like, even I have teens, and when they've started their jobs or even allowance, I'm like, listen, part of the money that we either allowance or you earn has to be to give back to something. Start them young, let them
Right.
that what? So
Yeah.
what if you only make a couple hundred? You should earmark a percentage or a set amount of that, even if it's
Something to
only
give back.
right, even if it's a little. And tell about like the cutting of the hair and the helping out like that. That's what I really like that too.
Okay. Well. I'm right here by an airport.
That's okay.
Um. Well. Okay, so I used to cut hair for free in San Francisco. That's how I made it here about 4 years ago, and I met somebody that I did him a free haircut, because he didn't have a lot of money, and about a year later, he contacted me with a job, and then I moved over here, and I've been here for the 2 years. So it all started through a haircut. I said, "Oh, I'll cut your hair." So I moved here for the job, and I kept cutting his hair, and then I went to school here, and I feel like doing the free haircut kind of got me to go somewhere. So sometimes when we feel like I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that, I, I mean, everybody has their preference. So if somebody doesn't, I don't know. I kind of feel like me. I like to give free stuff away. So if I could do a haircut for free, which costs money, then I feel like I'm helping somebody. Because look, I'm gonna tell you like this: can nobody play me? Can nothing get past me as far as money wise? So I feel like if somebody genuinely asks me, "Can I get a haircut, Ray? Can you help me?" Those are the people that I know or people that I don't know. But I can make a quick assessment just by looking at somebody quickly and hearing what they got to say quickly by saying, "Okay, you really need my help." So I do that. I do that a lot. You know.
Well, even though you didn't do it to have, to be offered a job and for it to come to that, because that's just who you are. But there is
Yeah.
something to be said about what they say the universe and the law of attraction, kind of like what you
Yeah.
put out, you get back. So,
Yeah.
you know, or your being about how you're a giver and how you give back, people see that and they're like, hey, I would like somebody, to work with me who's like that. because it says
yeah,
really a lot about you, and that's really what, immediately you like kind of like shown out. It's your heart that shines out, and that's how when I connected with you I felt it right away. So
yeah, yeah. It's just it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be, you know, something every day. But I mean, if you can, it would be nice, to be. I don't know. I have lived in the hardest cities in the world. Naked City, Las Vegas. The Tenderloin, San Francisco. And by being a peaceful and a nice person, I was able to find success there. So I mean, I think doing something nice for somebody, you'll get. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really doing it because you're gonna get something, but something positive is always behind that. It's always been
right.
from my experience.
Right. And you're not doing it to hope to get something out. That's just who you are as a person. And I think that means a lot. And also, it's not just like these things randomly just happen to you. Clearly, you're a hard worker, and you did what you
Yeah,
needed to do. Even then, you grew up and you struggled so much and had, all these issues like that. You overcame. You always
yeah.
remain, still give back. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. I have uh, two sisters and another brother. So there's four of us, and um, two of them they have addiction problems right now, and I've been the only one over here on this side that has from the gate has tried my best, but I went without over here. No, with my mom, because being with somebody through an addiction like heroin, you're gonna go on a roller coaster. So I went through that way, and my other two siblings went through adoption right from birth, and they had this perfect childhood. So if you could strip somebody of, I wouldn't recommend everything because I would never wish my life on nobody. But there's certain situations that I'm glad that I went through because I was able to see things differently, and through that experience, it made me a better person. So that's kind of where I want to promote better living and kind of giving back a little bit because I mean you can have these people over here that got everything and were perfectly taken care of, and they. I mean, I'm not talking bad because I'm no one to judge, but just some of the problems they're having now, like it shouldn't be happening. I This is kind of how I. That's my opinion. So that's just how I have to process everything because only like I tell my mom, only I'm the one that has to process whatever it is that we have to go through in life. Nobody else. Yeah.
Right. And sometimes, the way you grew up made you who you are today. And
Yeah.
if you had grown up differently, maybe, obviously you struggled and it was difficult, but you
Yeah.
maybe wouldn't even be who you are today. And you are making
Yeah.
such a difference in so many
Oh,
people's lives that, I mean, I am one of those people who believe that everything happens for a reason. Like when I grew up, I was with a single mom, and we literally did not know which bills we would get to pay. We couldn't pay them all.
right. Hey,
Done.
hey,
But that
that
made me
that I
really,
I really admire that.
yeah. But now I am not, now that I worked really hard, I'm not a big spender. I, I don't spend frivolously. That's not who I am because that's not who I was. I had to work hard to get where I wanted to be, just like you did. And that just shows. And I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change the way I grew up, even though it was rough. I wouldn't change.
Yeah. 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 That's kind of the way I feel too. I would never change my experience because I told my friend the other day, everything has happened in the succession like a domino effect. Where if this and this and this didn't happen, then this and this would not happen, and I wouldn't be on the camera today, and I wouldn't be able to support because I have friends that they don't tell me straight out, but they tell me through subliminal messages that because I talked to them and because I went to work and showed them that work develops something good, then they were able to do that, and their actions is what speaks, and now they're very successful people.
That's amazing. But also want to make sure that you had mentioned that you receive donations and stuff. So definitely before we leave today, I want you to put a plug where if there's anybody that does watch this video that wants to give a
Yeah,
donation, you can kind of direct them where to go and what to do. Because that would be amazing if we could grow,
yeah.
grow what you do
The
and be able
network.
to even give back.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah, yeah, there we go. Your video.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean not your video, your voice for a second. Okay, we're good. Okay. You know,
Did you hear?
I have friends that are watching this video right now that watch me through different experiences. I have one friend that has known me pretty much my entire life, even through my childhood with my mom. And yeah, like I feel like it's not always your family that is there for you, because I wouldn't say all your family's gonna be there throughout your life, but if you can make a support system as far as friends, because loyalty is really what's important, then having friends like Facebook and stuff is great. That's what I think. Let me see. Is that your audio?
I don't know.
Hello.
You're kind of cutting in
Okay,
and
there
out.
we
I
go.
don't know if it's the audio
Now, now,
connection. It's
now
better
I
now.
can hear you. Okay, now I can hear you.
So what I had said, and I wasn't sure if you heard me, is that you mentioned that if people can give back and give donations and allow you to do more, I would love for you to kind of say, hey, go here. I don't know if you have a GoFundMe page
Yeah,
or you could, say that here, and maybe we can get people who are interested and to help you out and be able to give more.
yeah. I got my Instagram. It's Forever Faded 2009, and I got my Facebook here. So um, I don't, as far as money wise. I mean, um, if there's somebody like, I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I was a drug dealer for a while. But you know what? I felt guilty about what I was doing, taking the money from the people. So I stopped doing it. And so I kind of feel like through that experience, I felt like I had a heart because I gave something up as far as material wise. And now I don't really make that much, and now I'm kind of broke. But I kind of feel like I'm rich in the heart. So I know that if somebody was to help me with some type of donation, I know that I would definitely 100%, um, do something great with that money. But thing is, I don't want money or help from people that can't afford it or can't do it. Because if it's your last money, or but I mean, if you got 100 million, and you know, then I don't think some type of little bit of 100 million was gonna, but yeah. Yeah,
Well,
if you
come
can
on.
afford it,
Much time you've got with me today, but I'm so glad you could come on because immediately I was inspired by your story and what you do, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to have him come on with me and to
Yeah,
my audience so they could, be inspired as well.
yeah. So do you have any? Do you have any questions or?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody is watching and they can type any if they have any questions or not, but really it's just how, what made you
Yeah.
stay positive to continue to go on when things were so rough? Like, how did you keep
Um.
motivated?
Um. You know. I think. I think the way that I stayed motivated was by having kids. I have kids. And so I think when I started having a family, and I started seeing the effects. I started seeing the effects of drugs and alcohol. I kind of said, I'm not going to do that because I seen the effects of it. So I don't know. I think we should teach. I think teaching our kids and stuff is good. So you should you know teach your family to do good things. So that way they don't have to be around bad influences. Because there's such things as bad influences too. I've seen that where I don't know, just I've seen things that were just, you know, I wouldn't. Okay, this is how I am. I would never take somebody somewhere I wouldn't go myself. That's pretty much how I feel. And so, I think, I think there's a way to help people, but just if you could do it, that's, yeah.
So
Do you
you
do
say that
anything as far as do you do anything as far as charity
a charity, oh, I
where
do
you're at?
lots of different charities. Yeah, but personally, we like to, because I have kids as well. more than just giving money, I like to actually do more of a hands-on thing for my kids.
Yeah.
I'd like them to more see things. In my town, we have something called the Day of Hope for all the homeless
Yeah.
kids. It's actually coming up next month. And they register, and we were just gathering up some supplies just this week. And they register and they get free haircuts, they get dental, they get toiletries, stuff that they'll need. Most of these people are in hotels or all around. None of them have a permanent home, so something like that is really good with kids. That's what's near and dear to my heart. Also, we participate with, it's called Help for Kids, where that the kids
Yeah.
who have, I don't know if it's nationwide or not, maybe, where
Yeah.
will donate food and they put them in backpacks and they send them home with kids. So it's a wonderful program, and I think even for my birthday that happened last month, that was one of the charities that I put in to be donated to, because that's my heart too. But kids, always related to kids, it seems I really am drawn to. But yeah, it sounds like your
Yeah.
kids too made you want to be a better person.
Yeah. Um. Uh. Like the fact that I know what it is to not the. I mean, I had all the bad experiences as far as parents. So when I had kids, I said I'm gonna be the opposite of that. The opposite. So that's where I fell under this bracket where I want to teach my kids to be polite and respectful and just I don't know. Like I think doing charity is good, but there's so many other principles that that we should all kind of have as far as basics, and yeah. But um as far as like like a like when I was 10 years old, I was homeless. I was a kid. So when my mom went to prison for 5 years, for 5 years I stayed incarcerated. So I didn't break a law. I didn't do anything. But my mom got incarcerated. So I got sent away. So throughout that experience, you know, um, I made a lot of friends, and um, the little things that people did for me, the boosters, the little donations, you know, um, the staff, the little things that they try to do for me, that's what matters the most. So if you could just do something small, then I don't know. I think that's okay. Just something little. It doesn't have to. I like the way you do your things because you know the little things that matter.
Well, it doesn't have to be grand gestures, I don't think. And it's all
Yeah,
those little things that add up. I don't know if you've seen those blessing bags where you put just like toiletries and stuff, and you go to
yeah,
somebody on the street and then you just give them a bag. It has like stuff that they would normally need. Or,
yeah,
lots of little things that you can do like that. And it's just, if everyone was a little bit more like you, I think the world overall would be a better place, because everybody would think, okay, how can I make one person's life better today? Simple,
yeah.
simple like that. But thank you so much for coming on and talking with me. Is there anything else you want to add? Because I definitely don't want to cut you off, because I think
No,
a lot of value.
no. That was good. I gotta get back to work.
I know, and
Yeah,
you're taking a break from me. So I'm so
yeah.
glad, Ray, you could come on. But check out, find him on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. He's there, Rey Blanco, and I will. You can see I tagged him on this post, but he's amazing. Check him out. And if you have any questions for me,
Yeah.
him, you can reach out to me if you can't find him, and I will help connect you too. But everybody have a great Friday, and thank you, Ray, so much for coming on today.
All
You
right.
are an inspiration to everyone around you.
Thank you. Hey, you know what? That everybody out there is the inspiration to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank
All
you
right.
guys.
Oh, all right. Well, have a good day. Now I have to figure out
Okay.
how to turn this
In the
phone.
video.
So there we go.
Okay.
All right. Oh, good. You have some of your friends on there too. Yay. All right. We'll talk to you soon.